Alright everyone, Cowboy Trades here. Welcome back to the channel for a quick update on Bitcoin and the Tether Dominance. So the Tether Dominance is currently sitting at a very crucial level. Let's talk about this now. We discussed this quite recently on the channel, how we're coming down to this super important macro trend line. If we do zoom out, you can basically see this has been in place since 2018. There's been many times where we've touched it, held it as support, or flipped it as resistance. And in this chart over here, you'll see why this is important for the cryptocurrency markets. When people start selling their Tether, this is normally a sign that people are looking to get back into cryptocurrency. So you can see times where this has happened over in red, people start selling their Tether, Bitcoin price goes up. People start selling off their Tether, Bitcoin price goes on a bull run. People start selling off their Tether, Bitcoin price goes to a new all-time high. You can see over here quite recently the Tether dominance took a huge dive to the downside as people started selling their stablecoins, specifically Tether of course, and you saw that this is what caused the most recent Bitcoin rally from the lows around about 16,000 all the way up to as high as 25,000 quite recently. And as you can see, it's still arguable whether we have started a new rally for the Tether dominance at this moment in time. If we do move this over, you can still see that the Tether dominance is still, kind of sitting round about these very important levels. So I just wanted to show you over on this chart how important this is. The Tether dominance right now, if we move this over, you can see clearing up this chart, looking at this trend line, you can see we're basically sitting right at the lows that we established for the dominance over on the 12th of September. We've back tested this a few times, and on the daily time frame we've had a tiny bit of a bounce, but really nothing to celebrate at this moment in time. So like I said, just a super quick video. If you are obviously bullish on these markets, you would want to see the US Tether dominance continue to break to the downside, obviously hoping to head down to this 4.5% region. If we do head all the way back down to this trend line, you can see, what happened the last time we came down to this trend line. We were making new all-time highs. You can see before that, when we came down to this trend line, we were experiencing a parabolic bull run. I personally am of the opinion that we're going to find support round about this line and break back up, meaning that Bitcoin should be heading back down for one final move to the downside. And if we do wrap up the video on the oscillators for the Tether dominance right now on the weekly time frame, a lot of them are signaling that we're quite oversold and we should be heading back up. If we look at the squeeze momentum indicator, you can see that we're pretty oversold. I say oversold, we're not too oversold right now for the squeeze momentum indicator, but we've had a healthy correction back down to the downside, looking like we should be experiencing something back up. If we now get rid of the squeeze momentum indicator, if we do come over to the MFI, you can see that MFI has actually been making macro higher highs since round about January 2021. If we do come back over to this chart, you can see this is more or less when Bitcoin was getting ready to put in its first top. Tether dominance bottomed over here, then it had a double bottom on this trend line, and that was when Tether dominance started rising back up, and the Bitcoin and equity markets were ready to head back down to the downside. And of course, if we do look at this once again, MFI is pretty oversold in my opinion right now. We are all the way down at 34.6, and we've got a lot more room to go to the upside than we have to go to the downside. Once again, nothing set in stone right now. You really need to keep your eyes on how the USDT dominance responds to this 6.35% level. And if we do wrap up the video over on the stochastic RSI, the last oscillator I want to talk about today, you can see as we are coming down to this super important support on this trend line, we are making a higher low from where we were on the 8th of August. And you can see on the 8th of August, we actually back tested, this macro trend line that we were talking about. Obviously the trend line's moved up since then and we have come beneath this, but we're sitting at another very important level. And at this moment in time, you can see the last time the stochastic RSI came down and bottomed basically at 0, as soon as it had that bullish flip, you had a little bit of a move up, then you had a crossback bearish, which was very quick, and then you had an explosion back up to the upside. So what I'm really highlighting is this cross over here and this cross that we've just witnessed for the Tether dominance over here. This is indicating the stochastic RSI is at the same level of being oversold, but we're still making higher lows and showing a lot of strength in the USDT dominance at this moment in time. So as always, my friends, I'll keep you up to date on how this pans out. Keep your eyes, if you want to look at this chart, just type in USDTD. This will give you the Tether dominance. Keep your eyes on 6.35%, the lows that were formed on the 12th of September. For today, that's all I've got. If you do enjoy the content, let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. Share the videos with your friends. And if you do want more of my posts, charts, memes, economic data, all that good stuff that doesn't make it over to my YouTube videos, be sure to head over to my Twitter at 618_cowboy. But for today, my friends, that's all I've got. Also, make sure you come and join the Discord. If you head over to the YouTube, click on the About, you can see all of my official links for Twitter, Discord, my Instagram page, and my official merch store are down in the About section. But for today, that's all I've got. It's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.